What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Folks, I got a moon video for you today, and this is from Apollo 10. Now, keep in mind, Apollo 10, no astronauts landed on the moon. It was only until Apollo 11 that man made the first step onto the moon. So during the Apollo 10 mission, they were basically looking for landing sites as well as testing the capsule, so on and so forth, right? What I find interesting is if you look at some of these photos, some of them are pretty darn good, man. I mean, they have some really pristine color, sharpness, and then there's this photo I'm going to show you right now. Let's just jump right into it. And you can see it right here. It's nasa.gov. It's the Apollo mission AS-10-27-3890. And it's a pretty good sized photo, right? And then, like I was just saying earlier, and then you get these photos here, which are censored, sanitized, manipulated, and you're going to see this. It was really hard to bring this stuff out, folks. Now, you will need your magnifier and your eyepiece. And the reason for that is I'm going to try to zoom in as much as I can. Now, it's going to look like garbage on my PC monitor, which is high definition. But on your phone, it may look pretty darn good. So we're going to go zoom in a lot, and then we're going to kind of back out a little bit. But I want you to see what they did. They add noise to these photos. They add an overlay, and that may be the noise added to it. So on and so forth. You just name it. I mean, you could just tell this looks like it's like a cartoonish manufactured. It's not something that looks like you would see on a typical Apollo, any mission, photo with good quality. So you can see it right here. We're just going to go ahead and zoom into this. You got your crater here on the left, or is it? And then you're going to see a bunch of what look like small objects down in this section here. Again, you don't see anything here, completely whited out, sanitized, you name it, right? So let's just back out of it. And we're going to go right into Photoshop and show you this. Okay, again, here's the photo. Now, I did tilt it a little bit so we can get the horizon a little bit straight. In fact, we can do this. Let's just move it over here a bit more. And you can see that right there. It's not too bad. Still a little to the left tilted. That's fine. Again, look at this right here. They want you to believe that's a crater. And you can see right here in the middle of the screen, it kind of looks like this faded out kind of crater, right? But the one here on the left looks like something crashed there. I could be wrong, but we'll get into that. Again, we can look down here. Now, do you see anything of any value? Probably not right now because everything's been whited out. The depth has been taken out of the photo. This is exactly what we want to bring back. So let's get into the enhanced photo. And you can see it right here. Now, first thing we're going to look at is this so-called crater on the left-hand side. We're going to match the photos up. And all we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth with them so you can see this. All right, here's the original. And again, you guys can get your magnifiers out and have a look at this. And here's the enhanced. There's more details in this photo, folks, than meets the eye. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can actually see this little round circle right here. If you look at it right there, it's got this little circle right there. I can see that perfectly fine. Do this here. There's that circle right there. See that right there? That's crazy. You can see what looks like the back part of this thing is doing this. Okay. This does not look like any crater to me at all that I've ever seen. And you can see it right there. And like I said, I'll jockey back and forth a little bit here. And you folks have a look. Now I'm going to sharpen this up. See that right there? Here's the original. Look really careful. You'll see the little bit of detail inside even this raw photo, if you want to call it raw. But these things are in fact there. What they are, is it a small city? Is it a spacecraft? Okay, let's get into the rest of the photo. Slide it over here. We're going to back out a little bit. And folks, I'm just going to show you this thing. We're going to jump right into this. This is cool. And folks, as always, pause it anywhere you like. Now, you'll see, if you look carefully, you'll see what looks like squares all over this photo. I mean, literally all over this photo. And I'm just spacing these things apart. I'm just throwing this out there. But you'll see that there's a bunch of areas that are completely like they tried to fade it out and blur it out. There is a lot of things in this photo, folks. We'll start with up here, because I think this is pretty interesting. We're going to zoom into this. And then I'm going to show you really quickly stuff that's being hidden. You can't really bring it out that much. But these right here, there's a bunch of it. Not sure what to make of these. But notice this piece right here. You can see where it looks like they try to fuzz it out here, here. barely any of it except for the middle is showing. But if you literally get through this photo, you can bring out more than just a small part that they were showing. Now, there's no way you're going to bring 100% of this out. It's just not going to happen. You can try, but it's not going to happen. This right here, you can see what it looks like. They went like this and try to block out whatever this thing is here in the middle of that circle. Something right here. It looks quite large. Look carefully. You can see what looks like a tower sticking up right here, and there's some kind of weird structure right here in the back of it. Folks, see that? Okay, here. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to just show you really quick what we have here. Okay, this item right here. Some items that are somewhat coming out, but not fully, wasn't able to fully get the thing out, right? This is where it gets cool. This whole area right here. It looks like it's on the very rim of this crater, and you can see that. Go to the right. Folks, there's so much to see in here. Now, let me zoom in because this is where it gets really crazy. Okay? This is where you see a lot of this blurring going on right here. There's a big section of it. And where it looks like it's fuzzy and blurry at the same time, this is where I try to break through this crap that they have in here. Look at it. The idea is for them is to not only block out half or at least the whole item, and then they want to overlay it with other garbage. And I think what this is their own impression artifacts. When you look at this, you can see like this area here at top, almost to the top left, right here, completely gone. But if you look carefully, you can see something going like this. From here on is complete dark blur or darkened. Here is the only part you can see of this object. But if you look carefully, you can see into that blur. All of this down here. All of this area down here. You can see where they try to get into this and literally take everything out. Okay. Notice the little things right here. It looks like it has a base to it. This white base. And some other objects sitting right on top of it. You can see that. All of this up here. You can see these other little pieces right here, little bits and pieces, just barely bringing anything out, but it's there. These objects are in fact there. Here, all of this up here. Because it looks like these little structures along this ridge, right? Okay, so I'm going to back out. Here's another section before I do that. Just seeing this. Right here. Almost looks like a squared out part. Looks like inside of a crater. And just look at all of these pieces inside, these details. To the right of this, here, here. We have this right here. You can see these white pieces on either side of this part right here because it's darkened gray and blurry. And then you can see these other objects inside that all going through it, right? See it right there? This is all over this photo, folks. It's complete overlay. Now, let's sharpen everything up and let you have a better look. I'm going to start from left to right. We're going to go in a little bit here. Pause it right here. And look at the details. And again, we have this weird fuzz type thing. And I'm going to go by this bottom left object where that fuzz is. You can see that. Trying to break through. And then we're sharpening these pieces, right? Notice this object right here. It's on what looks like almost like a stilt right here. And this thing is literally going like this. And this is going like this, like it's got a base to it, and it's on this rim of this crater or hillside even, right? All of the pieces up here at the top. Now let's slide back over to the left and have a look at that so-called crater again. And we're going to get up close and personal with that. Yeah, folks, that just doesn't look like a crater to me. It looks detailed. Okay. Slide back over here. We're going to go all the way to the right and let you folks have a look at this. This is nuts right here. Now, this is another intriguing part, and I didn't show you this right here. This is weird. I mean, look at the shapes of these things right here. We also have what looks like a dome to the right of that. But check all that out. Folks, what does that? No, I'm sorry. That's just not natural. Over here, it almost looks like a dome type thing. No. See that? I just sharpened it up a little bit at the same time, showing you this. See that? Okay, again, folks, come on. even to the top of this, and none of this is really coming out too well, but right here on top, look at this. The shapes are not normal for landscape, right? You can see that. Look at the objects right there, a little bit lighter color. It looks like it's a series of structures connected to each other, right? All right, let me get rid of these. We're going to look at the lower right here. All this middle section here. Have yourself a closer look. Like I said, folks, there's shapes in here that should not belong in the moon landscape, right? You see squares, triangles, different other pieces, like these white pieces here. Look at the way they have these weird shapes to them. See that? Inside here. What is that? It's part of something. But because of their entering, it's hard to bring that out. You see it right there, folks? I'm going to just pull this up right to here. Folks, pause it right here. Have a good look. This was difficult to even bring out. It's not something they wanted us to see, period. Objects right here. Look at the way they're connected on this, what looks like this piece here, going back and forth. And you can see what looks like a flattened area, meaning where there's structures. It may even connect from here to this one here, all these multiple structures, and everything that's below it right there. I'm going to go ahead and just give it full screen. I know it'll probably be hard to see on your phones, but I'm going to try to get as much as I can. There's your overall there, folks, right there. Again, there's our raw photo. And here is our enhanced photo. Again, they were trying to hide a lot of the stuff in here, folks. We were able to bring out quite a bit. There you go. Folks, I said this before and I'll say it again. All of these Apollo missions that when man stepped on the moon, they were there for a recon mission. This is Apollo 10, like I said. This was simply to orbit the moon, look for a good landing spot. Maybe they weren't going to go in that particular area, but they just wanted to circle the moon and take pictures of it. And they did. They got photos of what structures and crazy things that are on the lunar landscape, right? So to me, in Apollo 11, clearly they were looking at something other than dust and rocks, right? Clearly they were doing that. This is a recon mission, like I said, and they've always been like that since Apollo 11. And I think you guys would concur with that. When you see these things that look like rectangular things sticking up inside of a crater, that's not natural. When you see all of the other things on the landscape and you couldn't bring out all the things, because clearly there's an overlay, you can see that, and it's very difficult at times, right? But we were able to bring out a few things. Folks, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Have you seen this photo before? Have you broken it down? What did you see? Or just drop your comment down below. Let me know what you have seen in this video, and maybe it's something that I haven't seen. And as always, don't forget to like and share. It's always appreciated. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that YouTube shares it. Folks, we do have more coming up. Stay tuned. I think you're going to like the next one's coming up. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.